God, it's foggy out tonight. I can't see 2 inches in front of me face.
Where are you going with your foggy? It's the clearest night in ages with that big full moon in the sky.
Really? Perhaps I've gone blind so.
Nonsense, man. How many fingers am I holding up?
5 if you include the thumb.
Well, there you are. You're not blind at all.
But that was a guess.
I didn't ask you to guess. Here, we'll try it again. How many fingers am I holding up?
None.
Correct. You and your fecking blindness.
That was a guess too.
Fuck me, senseless Krills. If you can't see, don't guess. Now, how many fingers am I holding up?
You are pretending to be a robot?
This is fucking pointless. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were taking the piss.
Honestly, Vince, I wouldn't lie to you. That's why I was holding onto your elbow on the walk here tonight.
Thought that was because you were a little under the weather.
Me sight has been deteriorating all day. Hope it was nothing to do with the dishwasher lozenges.
Dishwasher tablets, you mean? Listen, it's probably only a temporary blind spell. Not the first time you've had them.
But the me sight usually comes back after a 15 or 20 minutes. And this has been ages. Are you still there, Vince?
I'm here.
Is it possible, do you think, to get an eye transplant similar to an organ transplant?
I couldn't say. Eye transplant is possible. Sight transplant, on the other hand.
But all I need is new eyes to make me see again, surely.
If only it were that simple. All this bleach and whatnot can do for the eyes, apparently. Was beginning to think you and me had built up an immunity to the hard stuff.
But sure, poor Russian people drink all sorts of gear and you never hear about any of them going blind.
You never hear much about them not going blind, Krills. There is a distinction.
What do you suggest, so?
My dearest friend, I've only known 2 Morrises in my whole life. One was a complete oxygen squanderer who didn't know his ass from his elbow.
I can be a bit absent-minded sometimes, all right.
I am not referring to you, Krills. I'm talking about this other fellow. You have been a breath of fresh air since we hooked up back at the firm.
But last night when I dropped that full jar of brush cleaner, you said there were one-legged unicyclists with better coordination than a hapless fool like you, Krills.
That was the Flash talking, my friend. In future I'll stick to the bog standard original as opposed to the new improved variety. Point is, as comrades go, they don't come more trustworthy or reliable than you. I hope the scouring agents haven't done for your eyesight, old chum.
Still got me health, but
apart from the acute kidney trouble, you're still, well, relatively alive, I guess.
The only other Vince I ever came across was the blonde-haired chap on Just Good Friends. He was a bit of a rascal and I used to have the hots for the girl in the show who he was always flirting with.
Now you're taking me back. I'd have licked the shelter bath clean just to get a glimpse of Penny in her night dress.
The thing is, I know Vince was meant to have let Penny down some years back, but I never actually saw them reuniting. At the end of an episode they always sort of left you hanging on.
I know what you mean. Ploy used to entice the audience to tune in again the following week.
Do you think Maureen and me will ever get back?
I don't believe so, Krills. I wish I could be more encouraging.
Seems a bit funny. She kicked me out for being blind drunk. Now I'm blind as well as drunk.
Bit of a shit predicament, all right.
I should say.
Only one thing for it.
What's that?
Take hold of me arm there, Krills. Tonight we'll drink to your eyes. My shout